Hello and welcome to your 9 p.m. daily quiz. I hope all of you are doing good. I welcome you to today's session where we will be discussing important news stories for the day by converting them into prelims specific questions and then discussing them. Most of the questions here are taken from the news that have appeared in either the Hindu newspaper, the Indian Express, the PIB or the Down to Earth website, since all of these are extremely important resources from where you can get these kind of questions. If you're new here, do make sure that you have hit the like and the subscribe button. I would highly appreciate that. That would help me in continuing this series forward. Also, if you're new here, you would know I also have an app on Android. This is called Harshmeet Study Circle. You can see the link in the description of the video. You can download from there and you can check out the other courses that I'm offering, including one-on-one guidance program for UPSC mains answer writing, the PSIR course and many other programs. Let's begin with the first question then. Consider the following statements. Number 1. The Disaster Management Act was enacted in the aftermath of devastating 2004 tsunami. The idea for such legislation was in the works at least since 1998 Odisha super cyclone. Second, the act led to the creation of NDMA, SDMA and at the state level and National Disaster Response Force and a National Institute of Disaster Management, an institute meant for disaster-related research, training, awareness and capacity building. Third, the act was followed by a National Disaster Management Policy in 2009 and a National Disaster Management Plan in 2016. How many of these are correct? So these are tricky questions. Mainly when you get so many years mentioned in the options, it gets slightly confusing. But with a lot of these unfortunate disasters happening around us in the country, it is relevant to understand about how the National Disaster Management Authority works and the law behind it. So the law behind it is what we have based the question on. The answer here is C. All the three here are correct. The Disaster Management Act was first introduced in 2004. It led to creation of a lot of institutes at the national, state level and even the research institute as well. We have also had National Disaster Management Policy and Plan in 2009 and 2016 respectively. The answer is C. There's a detailed article in today's Indian Express newspaper about the government trying to introduce a bill to expand the role of National Disaster Management Authority and to strengthen its status. This bill is trying to propose certain amendments. For example, it will try to give a definition of urban disaster management authorities in smaller cities, in state capitals, etc. It would now have an urban disaster management authority as well in the state level, so you don't have to call everyone from the national level always. It will also have a disaster database. Compensation will also be managed. All of these details will be in the new law. Next question number 2. Consider the following statements with regards to coal gasification. Number 1. In situ gasification of coal or underground coal gasification is a technique of converting coal into gas while it is still in the seam and then extracting it through wells. Second, it produces syngas, which is a mixture consisting primarily of methane, carbon monoxide, hydrogen and water vapor only. Third, syngas can be used to produce a wide range of fertilizers, fuels, solvent and synthetic materials. How many of these are correct? Now, coal gasification is a technique that is now being used widely around the world, including in India. As the name suggests, it is a technique wherein rather than extracting the coal from the surface, you convert coal underground itself into gas and then take out that gas, which will be called the syngas. And then that can have a lot of different applications. First is true, it is a definition of this technique. The second is false. Why? Apart from methane, carbon monoxide, hydrogen, water, there is CO2 also. That is a major component. CO2 here is missing. Third is correct. These are the applications of syngas that is generated from gasification of coal. So the answer here is B. 2 of these are correct. 1 of these is wrong. There's an article from the PIB that we have taken about how the government has launched a scheme with financial outlay of 8,500 crores to provide viability gap funding to promote coal or lignite gasification projects in both private sector and public sector. It talks about the 3 categories of this scheme, about the scheme covering different types of organizations. Next question number 3. Which of the following is not a component of PM Kusum, प्रधानमंत्री किसान ऊर्जा सुरक्षा एवं उत्थान महाअभियान scheme. Which of these is not a component? Number 1, installation of mini grids on barren lands. Second, replacement of diesel water pumps with off-grid solar water pumps. Third, replacement of electric water pumps with the on-grid solar water pumps and installation of mini grids for agriculture feeder solarization. And fourth, none of the above. Which of these is not a component of the PM Kusum scheme? As the name suggests, this is a scheme under which the government of India is promoting adoption of solar energy in fields by the farmers for different techniques or for different applications. The scheme has three components, A, B and C. This is component A, component B and component C. The answer here would be none of these. Means all the given three statements A, B and C are absolutely correct. These are the three components, component 1, 2 and 3 or A, B or C. Third is the correct answer, or the fourth is the correct answer here. We are discussing this because of this article on the Down to Earth magazine about how PM Kusum scheme requires urgent recalibration to meet 2026 targets, because it seems that we are not in line to achieve the target of pushing farmers toward adoption of solar energy. Question number 4. The proposed elephant reserve in Gondia and Gadchiroli districts will be the first elephant reserve of which of the following states? Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala or Telangana. Now this is a proposed elephant reserve. It has been proposed for over a year now, but it has been delayed because the state that we are talking about, has not gotten the go ahead from the central government. It is in the news thus. It has been over a year, so an article has been written on the Down to Earth website about this. Which state is it? It is Maharashtra. It is supposed to be Maharashtra's first elephant reserve rather, but it has not been given the go ahead so far. There is an article on the Down to Earth website about how Maharashtra's first elephant reserve in Gondia and Gadchiroli districts awaits central nod year after it was proposed. So we are still waiting whether or not the go ahead is given by the central government for this project. Next, question number 5. Landslip Project, recently seen in the news, is an initiative of Geological Survey of India, National Disaster Management Authority, the Indian Army or World Wildlife Federation. Landslip Project. Now the name itself can be a giveaway if you think of it. The Landslip Project, it is an initiative of GSI, Geological Survey of India. So Geological Survey of India has been working on this project as an early warning system for disasters. A lot of disasters can be avoided if you can give a warning before time. You can make the citizens aware that something like this is happening, so that they can be very well aware and they can make arrangements. For that, project Landslip has been introduced by the Geological Survey of India, that is the GSI. However, this is still a project that is in works. A lot of other research still is pending in this. This is again an article from the Down to Earth website. GSI is working on early warning system in India. It is about the Landslip project. You can read this article in detail about how this system will work, how it can be helpful in the disasters in the coming years. We will end today's session with another important piece of information which you can use in the mains examination. In the new laws that have replaced the old IPC, the old Evidence Act, etc., we have certain new provisions that did not used to exist earlier. For example, now India also has a provision for community service for minor offences. So for the first time, we now have community service as a punishment. You would have read about this or seen this in Western countries, in movies and web series. This has now been introduced in India as well. Do tell me in the comment section, by the way, this is your homework. Do tell me in the comment section which are the 6 offences now against which community service can be given as a punishment. So community service can be given as a punishment in 6 offences. Which are these 6 offences? Do tell me in the comment section. And this brings me to the end of today's session. Do hit the like and the subscribe button. I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Bye bye. Take care of yourself. Jai Hind.